So you're now tuned into the Like What the Fuck podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
In today's discussion, we're really going to focus on the 40-hour work week.
And how it is an absolute scam.
Complete scam. Down with the 40-hour work week. But we're going to really explain why. We have plenty of points, plenty of topics to touch on. So we're just going to get right into it.
So what exactly is the 40-hour work week?
Okay, so in 1938, Congress passed the Fair Labor Standards Act, which required employees to pay overtime to all employees who worked more than 44 hours in a week. They amended the act 2 years later to reduce the work week to 40 hours. And in 1940, the 40-hour work week became U.S. law. So 40-hour work week is actually on the law books.
Boo! Like what? I couldn't imagine working more than 40 hours. Like the fact that I used to work more.
Right.
My body.
Right. The fact that there are people out here today bragging about working 80 hours is kind of insane to me. But, to each his own. Couldn't be me.
To each its own. I can't even work 40. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm struggling at 40. I be brain dead. So I can imagine.
So basically, this in the beginning allowed men to go to work and women to stay at home with the children. Yes. Which they don't want no more either. Or they want both. They want us to work and take care of the
children. Right. They want us to work 40 hours too. But the math ain't mathing really on that either, because you can't work 40 hours and support a family on one income. You have to have two, and you're still basically struggling to do that. So I don't know. It's looking real bleak for the 40-hour work week, in my opinion.
Then everybody's just all emotionally fucked up because your kids aren't getting their emotional needs met. Your relationship probably is in the trash. It's just terrible.
And finances are the number one killer of marriages and relationships. So
it is. Money matters.
Money really does matter.
Money matters.
Uh-huh.
It matters.
It really does.
Stop trying to make it not. Love is great. That's not what it's all about at all.
Yeah, but I can't pay my rent with love. So
at all. I can't pay my rent right now. I can't. These wages.
In April 2021, Biden announced that we should raise the minimum wage to $15.
Girl, bye.
Do you you gotta be living in La La Land if that's what's getting you pumped and excited, because there's no way.
So disconnected.
Right.
The billionaires are so disconnected. $15.
Everything's increasing, so that little $15 ain't going that far.
Why is everything increasing except the wages?
The wages. Because the companies are making their profit at the end of the day. Like record numbers. They're still getting their money at the end of the day. But
and they're trying to push this recession.
Oh, girl.
It's all fake. It's all made up. They're hitting their numbers, like you said.
They're increasing inflation. The companies are getting subsidized. They're like the top 1%, 10%. They're all making the money. All these entrepreneurs, all your favorite people, they're making their coin hand over fist. But me and you and I, you people, we're struggling, honey. We're still trying to pay that light bill, trying to pay that car note.
And I feel like, the remote, the hybrid offices, that helped a little. Still isn't enough. That's not the answer, but that helped.
So because then you don't have to. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Good.
But you don't have to commute now that you're at home. Your living expenses do come down a little bit, but still, rent is increasing.
Girl. I don't understand why they're trying to connect this recession and remote work together. Like they're making it seem like remote work is done because of the recession.
Well. So part of how, these billionaires and these millionaires are making their money, especially the real estate people, they're making their money off of these large buildings, these offices. So if you're not in the office, then
they're losing money.
They decide if all the companies decided to do away with their in-person work, right? Then these buildings are sitting around and these billionaires aren't making their money. So that's another reason why they're trying to like shut down the whole hybrid remote work shit, because they need you in the office so that they can still pay that rent every month, that commercial rent.
This is just too much. I just honestly at this point feel like I can't even survive off of this 40-hour. Like, it's not okay at all on any level, but at least making a good living, having enough money to be past surviving. Like we're barely surviving with this 40-hour work week. We're not surviving. We're tired. We're basically zombies. Like, we're walking around like we're literally dead.
Yeah.
It's like the rat race, for real.
It is truly a rat race. And because you're working for 8 hours, you're only resting for 8. You're technically resting for 8 hours. That's not completely true, because you got to factor in getting ready for work, commuting home from work. Okay, maybe if you're remote, but you still have to decompress and like relax. 8 hours to rest, babes. I need more than 8 hours to rest, and more than 8 hours to actually sleep.
And let's not even forget the children. They're living this. They are having the same schedule as us.
The poor babes.
They're having the same schedule as us.
They are tired. They are acting out. They are.
It's because they're tired.
Yeah. So they're not getting their rest. They're not even growing properly.
My brother is 7 in the first grade, and he wakes up at 6:30. Why? Why?
The sun's not even out at 6:30.
Girl, what? And it's all it all makes sense now. Adults start work at what, 9 to 5? Get your kids to school by 8:30. Like, it all makes sense. Why does the teacher know your kid better than you do? You spend maybe 2 hours a day with your kid.
Yeah. Because you gotta go run it
to just survive. Like,
just to survive. And when we say survive, we're not talking about like, oh, I have everything I need, like all my bills to pay. We're talking about like, okay, I got a penny pinch on this week so that I can pay this, or I gotta shift this money over. There are no savings. I would love to see studies about numbers of how much people are saving, because I know me.
There are no savings.
There's no savings.
Check to check, if that. Figuring it out after the check. Still having to figure it out.
Yeah. Still having to go work a side hustle. So you telling me I gotta work 40 hours at my 9 to 5 to basically cover my bills, but then I need to have a side hustle, or I need to girl boss it.
Girl, that's what I was about to say. That's what the girl boss is. The girl boss is doing it. They encourage it. It's not okay. We shouldn't have to go do the extra. Now, it's one thing if you have enough leisure time to, expand on a hobby that you like to do and want to monetize off of, or something like that. But I have to work my whole 40 hours. Some people do more. Just to come home, abandon my life to try and figure out another way to make it. Like, I shouldn't have
Uber,
to have
DoorDash. Yeah.
All these streams of income. I don't even want one. I just want to live. I don't even want one.
I would love to just live my life. I would love to contribute to society in whatever way that makes me feel good. But like I
don't even have time to think about what makes me feel good. I don't even have time to think about what makes me feel good.
I have time to meal prep and make myself food, because you can't eat out every day.
Girl, you can eat at the grocery store. Eat out every day. The grocery store and the eating out every day is coming hand in hand now with these inflation prices.
Girl,
I went to the grocery store and spent $200 on 12 items. It doesn't even matter what the items are. That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
With technology being this advanced, you would think the 40-hour work week would be gone by now. That doesn't make sense to me. How is technology more advanced?
Yeah.
We're even more tired.
Right. We're even more tired. We're more poor. It's really not adding up. I really think it has a lot to do with how these corporations use us for our time. Truly, like, if that's what it really boils down to. They're using us to go out and be the labor to supply for the demand. They make their money. They're not your favorite billionaire, Warren Buffett. He's not working 45 hours a week. I promise you, he's not working 40 hours a week. He might be trading stocks as a hobby a couple of hours a week, but that's
probably has someone to do that.
Exactly.
And so I forgot who it was. It might have been him that says he doesn't carry a phone. Yeah, that's because he has a whole team of 40 people around him with phones. Right. He has the luxury to not carry a phone. Stop trying to make it seem like he's trying to be connecting. He's normal. No.
This myth that we all have the same 24 hours in a day, we need to let that go. You're not Beyonce. Beyonce has a team. We have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. Bullshit. Beyonce has a team. Beyonce has somebody to dress her that is going to pull up with their camera. Somebody that's going to create the scene for whatever music video she's doing, whatever project she's doing. She has a whole team of creative directors. She has a whole team of people. All these people have teams of people who are assisting them. All they have to do is show up and do their part.
And it's people out here that are the whole team. One person doing it all. Exhausted.
Yes.
No shade, no hate to them. It's just these people, their favorites, aren't doing it alone. Like and most likely aren't paying the team livable either.
Ooh,
probably not even paying the team.
That's a whole nother
conversation. That's a whole nother video. Stay tuned, guys. So, okay, we've said a lot of issues with the 40-hour work week. There's a million more. Let's do a deep dive and dissect more into these issues we brought up. So my thing is, how do they expect us to live in this housing market with the wages that we are receiving? It just doesn't even make sense. And then the 40-hour work week doesn't even allow me to enjoy the place I'm paying, where most of my money is even going to.
Right. Yeah, I honestly think that there's just a huge disconnect between people who make an obscene amount of money and people who have to really live paycheck to paycheck. I think, going back to our previous point where those people don't really have to worry about the day-to-day of things. They don't have to manage everything. They have a team. They have people who designate things and make sure that they get to wherever they're supposed to be at a certain time, and et cetera, et cetera. While other people have to manage everything on their own. I think that the disconnect it really starts at the wage gap.
I feel like in every industry, though, everywhere, there's a disconnect. Corporate doesn't understand. Anything, with anything.
You can take any industry, there is no perfect.
There are these people sitting in these high up chairs that are creating these rules, creating these agendas for the actual people who are working them to do. And it's just, you can't do it. It's not doable.
I feel like they're trying to fake do it. DoorDash came out, I think at some point after the pandemic, and was like, if you work in the corporate office, you have to, they're trying to force their corporate people to go actually use the app and be DoorDashers for 5 hours in a month or something stupid like that, to try to
see what it's really about. Try to relate.
Yeah, to let them really see what it's like. Because the reality is, they don't get it because they're not living it. They just come up with rules and you just got to do this, or they just use you for your time so that you make them money.
Literally, that's literally what it is. I'm just gonna keep repeating it. The disconnect. We don't need cement garbage cans. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't, especially right now, I don't need a $500 cement garbage can. I don't. I need groceries in my fridge. And I don't want to have to be on food stamps to be able to, not even get what I like, get what I need. It's like,
right.
I give props to the working class human race, because the fact that we are still here, still surviving, it's just insane. It's honestly amazing. Like we weren't put here on this earth to do this. It doesn't even, and it's just getting worse and worse.
And it just keeps getting worse. It just baffles me because, again, like, these companies have enough money to pay everybody a livable wage. Not even make everybody millionaires. Everybody doesn't need to be a fucking millionaire.
I don't want to be.
I would be cool with never being a millionaire as long as I'm comfortable.
Yes.
I could I want. I could, make sure my bills are paid on time with no worries, no stress, no hiccups. I can't.
I remember seeing a study about how back in like the 90s or 80s, you were able to work at McDonald's and pay like $800 worth of rent. Everyone knows in New York right now it's like $8,000 for rent.
Mm-hmm.
And still have a little bit of money left over. McDonald's. Mm-hmm. If I worked at McDonald's right now, I probably wouldn't even be able. That might be half my rent for the whole month of working at McDonald's. Half. Right. And I stay in a studio apartment.
Right.
It's just outrageous. Like, and we are continuing to follow along. Like, we need a revolution, something. We are just continuing to follow along with what they say.
Yep.
Why? We are so much bigger, so much stronger. Is it 8 billion people now?
Because they're working us 40 hours a week. We can't even think straight.
We can't even think straight. You're right. We don't even have time to think. We come home and go to sleep.
The reality is, even if they decrease the work week to 25 hours a week, the productivity is still there. It's not decreasing the productivity. You just have more time to actually do other things
that you like to do. Right.
That you like to do. Like people who have kids, like you could be at home with the baby and it's fine. Like you could go chase your dream on the side. You don't have that.
It wouldn't even have to be the side. I honestly think that if I have an 8-hour day, I should be able to, if I finish my work in 4 hours, I should be able to go home and I still get paid for that 8 hours because I finished the work that you wanted me to do before the time. So I should get paid for the work. We should start getting paid for the work we do rather than our time, because I'm starting to realize that our time is priceless. If you really think about it,
that's. So do you think that do you think that our economy is more so based on service industry things? Because I'm thinking like, okay, that makes sense for like project-based jobs, but I think for like service industry, like what does that look like? Because if I have to go to a store every day and sell products, how can we make that make sense for that industry as well?
Mm-hmm. I honestly just think there's 8 billion people on this planet. There's somebody to do the job. Like, stop handing out 8-hour shifts. Give me a 3-hour shift and pay me $100 an hour. Like, there's somebody to do the job. Time is really the key. And I think when, you have a little bit of time to sit back, I realized that time is really the key. That's what all these billionaires have, time. They get to spend time with their, do all this stuff while they have us, these little ants, working our butts off for them. So I think it's just enough people in the world to work all these little shifts. Because I do understand what you're saying. Like, everything isn't, you just do the work and then turn it in. Right. Some things are service and you need that type of flow. It's enough people. And people are applying and they aren't hiring. Somebody's lying and it ain't us, because
Yeah, I feel like they're really squeezing the job market because I personally have applied to more than 100 jobs in the last what 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, babe,
And
about 250 for me in the last 2
yeah, and that's just
four
me
interviews.
not even doing it every day. When I was really on my everyday, yeah, I was applying to way more jobs. But now I'm just kind of like burnt. I'm personally burnt out.
For itself, but can we please talk about later how the whole job applying and that whole thing is a job in itself?
Yeah.
These recruiters are crazy, but we're gonna get to that later, guys. We're going back to how. So, what do you think a resolution could be? I honestly think that just less hours, pay us more. You have the
Yeah.
money.
I
You
think I
have
think I think really reevaluating that money piece, paying people what they're worth, their time is worth for real, paying people so that they can pay their bills and do more than survive is the first step. Reducing that work week on top of like so this is all one thing. Starting with the pay, increase the pay. Let's just get that out of the way.
right.
Then we need to reduce the work week.
The hours.
Yes. Nobody should be working more than 25, 30 hours a week. I'm sorry. It's too much.
25. 30 should be full time. 25.
25 should be full time. Let's be real.
Nobody should be working 25 because if you really think about it, these companies don't even really let you get 40 hours fully.
No.
I remember I was working for this one place. I never on my timesheets was I ever given the exact 40 hours. And that's a whole nother something illegal that they do. But honestly, once you're done with your work week, you probably do a good 35 hours. Not even, it feels like 40 because of all the prep time, me riding in the car, me leaving and or oh you need to stay longer because this person I'm not covering anybody else. Y'all there's no one here to work it. Oh, looks like you'll be on the floor today. You'll see what it's like.
Right.
Amazing. So I honestly just think that 25 is the max. All this is all made up. Why do we need to work anyways? Y'all literally make all this up. If they wanted to literally just give us money to all survive and like I'm tired of saying the survive word. To all
Yeah,
live.
like even if there was like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do that. You pick and choose what you want to do. You'll get paid for what you do. Like it's really not that hard. It's
like have you
really
ever seen
fucking hard.
The Bee Movie? Where they're like all little workers and it's just like they don't even have time to think about even what they like to do because they're just thrown into something. And that's literally the society we live in. They literally throw our little baby 18-year-old selves. We got to choose a career really quickly, learn how to do that career, most likely figure out we hate it during learning it in college. And then we're just thrown into the field. And it's not even that easy because you can't get a job. I don't think that was ever really a true thing. I think, the generations before us, the boomers and stuff just make it seem like that, but you can't just get a job straight out of college. Like they want you to have experience.
First they want you to prove yourself by being an intern. That's a scam. I'm sorry. If somebody's working for you, they should be paid. Literally. And not no damn $15 an hour. No.
If someone is working for you, they should be paid.
They should be paid.
The same thing I'm doing for you as an intern is literally the job I'm going to be doing for you when you hire me.
Exactly.
If your child was working at, let's say, a little high school job, Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins or something, and they told you, oh yeah, I'm just interning, but they're doing an 8-hour full-time job.
Yeah.
They're working harder than all the employees, getting treated worse.
Yep.
They deserve to be paid. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It honestly is. And I don't know how we're going to change it, but it's just like we just keep going along with it, and nothing's going to change until we really get time to sit back and open our eyes. This is literally like the Matrix. Like, we're just stuck in this fucking like bus, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. We don't have time to stop and like look out the window and see what the fuck is really going on. Like, it's an issue. It's a huge issue, and we got to do something about it.
Yeah, so I think that we really touched on everything. We want to hear you guys' feedback, so feel free to leave us comments.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think, because
we love to hear you guys' thoughts on
we want to know, what are the thoughts? What do y'all think?
What are your suggestions that we do? We can't keep living like this, guys. It's too many other issues that we will cover. There's too many other issues. We gotta start really opening our eyes and taking back our power.
Yes. Because it starts with us.
It starts with us.
If we really did a great resignation like they wanted the fake we're doing last year, it wouldn't be no inflation. It wouldn't be no. We need to really get our shit together and band together and make this shit better.
I think we're just too scared. And I get it. Because, even if we were to, start a riot today, everybody's not going to join.
But it needs to not be a riot. Everybody needs to just quit.
Yeah, not a riot. But I just think if we all were to, all come together today, I feel like maybe 25% of people would actually do it.
Yeah.
People are too scared, but you have to realize we're the ones making this world literally go around. Right. Like, we're the people that are pushing the bars to make it go around. It's not them. Like, we're the ones working. We're the ones turning the gears. So if we all just stop and like show them, I don't know, like who's boss, maybe something could change, because this is insane. Butter is $6.
Insane.
People are making their own butter now. I see about 5 videos now. People making their own butter on TikTok, because it's, first off, a quote unquote shortage. What's up with all these shortages? And it's cheaper to sit there and churn butter. We gotta do better, guys. we will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in to Like What the Fuck podcast. Bye.
Bye.